Okay, I'm in the city, so this video will have to do. Been rather busy. So, warming up the wrists and getting to know your hand. It's really what we kind of covered in the beginning. So remember again, the wrist push-ups, right? Staying on coming to the first set of knuckles on your hand and coming back down, keeping the arms locked out and straight. Coming onto the backs of your hands, palms up, bending the elbows, making a fist, trying to straighten the arms as best you can anyway, and then flare it out all the way to your thumbs. Bend the elbows, make a fist, press up, flare it out. Do about 5 of those, maybe work up to 10, really just stretching the backs of the wrist. Remember jazz hands, right? Opening and closing the hands. Now, I was looking around the room when we were doing that. I saw some go like that. So really trying to get that full extension in your fingers. Remember about rock climbing, we really want to get to know our fingers. So open and close them as big as you can, and you'll begin to feel your forearms quite a bit on that. So that's a really good one. And of course I had this all planned out in my commute here, and now I am forgetting stuff. But that's okay, because you can always fast forward through this. We're gonna go over another one. Oh yes, getting to know your palm, right? So to stretch out between your hand and the wrist, you'll interlace the top fingers, right? That top palm on top, and then stretch it out and try to physically push your hand away. This should not be painful, you're just creating space in the wrist, and then you'll do it to the other side, and then ground down your palm, thumb and pointer finger wrap around your wrist, press down, begin to circle around, shift around, get to know your palm, right? Because eventually, you're not gonna be as aware of this in the beginning, but you do wanna create a suction cup with your palm, right? So we wanna feel the rim of our hand, and you can even just do this. Get to know the rim of your hand and really feel that palm. The other thing we worked on was in down dog, using our fingertips, right? So when we claw the floor, there isn't a gap that's happening here, right? So I'm not doing this and there isn't a big space here, but I'm rooting down through the knuckles, especially this middle area here, right? I actually have pretty strong muscle there now. So you'll root down through the thumb and pointer finger, root down through the base knuckles of the hand, and then if you want to begin to play with it, you'll begin to claw with your fingertips. And you can practice this even in down dog. You can practice it in plank, tabletop, all sorts of things, right? But you're really beginning to tune into the fingers. So you can kind of see that clawing there like that and how I'm rooting down. So maybe practicing that from down dog as well, and that will give you wrist extension. So when we're in handstand, we're in wrist flexion. And when down dog, technically we want wrist extension, right? You don't really want a lot of flexing happening there. And clawing through the fingers, even in down dog, can help that. While I was saying that, I thought of something else. And this is the way my day is going. I forgot it already. Darn it, fingertips, palm. Okay. The wall, right? What I didn't say in the first video is you can practice wall walk-ups. Those are great. Remember, if you can do 3 wall walk-ups, you are strong enough to do handstands, so work there too. It's just bone stacking. So you'll start in plank, right? The video might cut off here, but you'll see me in a second. I'm gonna walk my hands and my feet up, and then I'm just gonna walk myself down. Don't feel the need to rush this. You can go as fast or as slow as you want. Walk it up. And they're a pain in the butt. Try to keep that push, arms straight. The straighter you keep the arms, the more stable you are. And the more you're pushing, the more stable you are. And so that's good training for a handstand too. We practice the split kick last week. So the first week we did the tuck up, right? So you push, jump the feet up, and then some of you began to jump the feet down, right? So you push, shoulders up by the ears, jump up, jump down. Now the next step to that is the split kick. So I know a lot of people teach the L up against the wall. I really think you're too far away from the wall at that point. So I was encouraging coming closer, right? So you can really feel that tipping point. Remember, when you start to feel light, I want you to begin to grip with your fingertips, and your fingertips are your brakes in handstands. And when you start to feel light, that's actually your bones stacking. That's the good part. So maybe you jump up, lift one leg up, and then use this leg to kind of propel yourself forward, feel the shoulders stack, and be like, oh, I'm feeling nice and light. Maybe you pull this heel in, maybe you don't. Maybe just get used to this light feeling. Keep the push, keep the gazing point. Notice my gaze hasn't changed. I'm not looking at my foot or anything. And then maybe I switch, right? So I'm back in this tuck. I lift up. Maybe I work to straighten the leg. Maybe that foot gets a little lighter. Point. Some of you were working this with a straight leg, and that's fine too. But remember, you have to be more open through your hip flexors and your hamstrings to really do that straight leg one. So start with the bent leg. Remember, I was seeing quite a bit of this, right? So when we jumped up, I was seeing people walk their legs up and then try and do that. That's quite a bit harder, right? You'll actually want to untuck the toes and work there, but we haven't really gotten there quite yet. So remember, this keeps you connected to your core, the knee bent, right? I'm reminded to activate my abdomen, and I feel more in control in my hands. It's also an easier place to balance, quite frankly. Palm. Get to know your palm. Keep rooting down. Wrist strengtheners. I think that's about it. Practice your wall work. Do the wall walks, right? Maybe shoot up to 3. No hollow body. Back to that hollow body position. Definitely not a bad thing to train. I was trying to get more of you to face the wall, right? So if you are working on that, remember, you're gonna walk as close to the wall as you can. Find that push, come onto the tops of the feet, squeeze your butt, and then without taking off, you'll eliminate one leg, and just shift your shoulders over your wrist. You'll be like, okay. And if that foot starts to float, you use your fingertips, push yourself back. Float up, shift forward, maybe switch, float back. Shift forward, push, maybe switch, not kicking, floating, right? Keep that in mind. And if you're scared, we'll go over falling, I promise, this Sunday. But if you're scared of falling or cartwheeling out of it, you'll just walk yourself forward. So that's your homework. Wrists, get to know your hands, wall walks, and that tuck. Work that tuck up to the wall and the single leg. All right. Email me if you have any questions. Bye.